Hello, everyone, and a welcome to Dyson Sphere Program. This is Otaku's Showboat. Today is Monday, February 8th, 2021. The kittens are very playful and active right now. They're running around the house. So we may get one or both showing up at some point. I have to put this little broom decoration on the other side of me because it's sort of in the way of them when they want to come say hi. Hey, Ollie. I see those eyes. You gonna jump? Yes, you're gonna jump at me, and you're gonna go, and you're gonna say hello. Hello, Ollie. How's that boy? How's a pretty Ollie? Ollie's okay? Yes, Ollie's a good boy. He's a pretty boy. All right, you can go and play and chase your sister. So, Dyson Sphere Program. I did do some stuff off screen. I know there's actually not that much time between our streams of this during the week. So, between when we last met and today, a few techs have been processed. I have scaled a few things, and I am producing a few other things. Let us head on over this direction, because a lot of the tweaking has been ultimately meant to expand the super magnetic ring production. This is going to be a resource hog for the amount that we need for everything. Now, these rings, they are used to make the Mark III conveyors. That's the big number one thing that they end up getting used for at times. That's why I've had to limit this chest, because there are other things that need these rings. In order to get more of these items, I have continued the scaling of the green electromagnetic turbines, as well as the electric motors. And I've, of course, been scaling up the everything for that as well, scaling up the iron ingot in particular, and I scaled up the copper ingots. In fact, I added more copper ingots on this planet or something, and I added copper ingots onto Iklarkrov 1. There is now another setup on Iklarkrov 1, and you may notice on this map there's a few more thingies launching solar sails into orbit. There's a few more things happening with these solar sails, and we'll have a look at that right now, wherever I have it. Somewhere. Where is it again? Hold up. Hold on. Over this way. Right this way. There we go. I now have 6 of these guys. I am very likely going to relocate these 6, and every other one is launching to a different orbit on the sail thing. I have moved the transmission thingy, the receiver for the power. Oh yes, I am traveling on the equator. I need to travel to a pole. As it turns out, the array receiver is big. The array receiver is so big that it still gets sunlight. It still gets continuous reception of the network, even during polar night on this planet. Because the tilt of the planet is so small that the building is big enough to overcome it and always get some amount of power with 100% uptime on both poles. So I now have a ray receiver on each pole, okay? There's one on each pole. And we have the 100% continuous receiving bonus on here. And I've gotten some techs that increase the lifetime of the solar sails by a bit that are in orbit, and the ray receiving efficiency stat here. So this is better, and the number out there at a time is better. I'm launching more solar sails. And now, the key thing. I have 2 of these ray receivers. Each one is 20 megawatts of requested power. We could improve the ray receivers by adding a graviton lens, apparently. And this building actually has a belt input. So you can bring a belt of graviton lenses in to this, and it would improve the overall abilities of the ray receiver. So that's a thing. And apparently my Dyson Sphere my network of the solar sails, the swarm, Dyson Swarm, is capable of actually giving me the full 40 megawatts ish. As you can see, it's starting to go down a little bit as some of the solar sails go away, are used up. Their time elapses until the next time I launch more. So at least briefly, my Dyson Swarm is actually capable of providing the full power to the 2 ray receivers that I have. And that's how it scales, by the way. It is the number of ray receivers that you have that they pull in what they request from the Dyson Sphere total power that it can produce, and it just subtracts that amount. This is why you can't just spam ray receivers across the planet. You're limited to the maximum output of the Dyson Sphere itself. Let's see, we got more flight speed as the next item on the agenda, and the logistics vessels can now warp with warpers. Good. I have not made warpers.
Unlocked the logistics carrier engine level 4.
I have.
It allows the logistics vessel to warp, but they will consume 2 space warpers back and forth to transport cargo. So needs to make sure there are enough space warpers in the interstellar logistics station at any time.
I think it means that it's one in each direction. I think that's what that actually is trying to say. It says it will consume 2 warpers back and forth. I think it means 2 warpers for the back and forth. Yeah, it's 2 total, not 2 each way. And you need to load up the warpers at the home station. Why, hello, Dolly. Meow. Dolly. There's the baby Dolly. She brought me her favorite toy in the universe. A bottle cap. A bottle cap. What type of a bottle cap? Not really a bottle per se, but a, this is the cap to like a food meal replacement type thingy. I don't even know what it is exactly, but she loves this specific type of cap with these little teeth on it. Dolly loves this because she can grab it with her teeth and she can carry it around in her mouth more easily. Yes, you like it? You can go get it. Go fetch. She plays fetch with her caps. She wants you to throw the thingy. She wants you to throw it around. This is almost gone as well. So yeah, the ray receivers. Yeah, it's not great for getting power, like, at all. It's not great, especially when you consider that even at 100% uptime, the max without a graviton lens that this can give you is 20 megawatts, and you can have one at each pole. Yay! 20 megawatts on a planet that is currently consuming 235. Technically, we're getting 40, so that is actually like 20% of our power is coming from the Dyson Sphere. Thereabouts. 20% of the usage, anyway. So, it helps. It does help, especially on this planet. Chemical power is really good if the chemical you're using is infinite. Remember that unless you have set infinite resources to have effectively infinite resources, coal does run out. So you shouldn't really rely on coal. But oil, bear in mind the problem with oil is that you will only ever have 29.44. You will only ever have this much oil that you start with on the planet in terms of production of oil. If you use that for power, as a primary source of power, what happens when you need more stuff that needs oil products? So, yeah, that's a thing. That's the problem, in essence. I'm trying to remember exactly all of the things that I did off screen, and the main thing was this with the Dyson Swarm, the copper on the other planet, the iron ingots, I think here, or maybe also on the other planet, and then some stuff got scaled. Oil scales with mining efficiency, but that has an end. Mining like that, you only mine, like, the efficiency is only so high. So you said you said it actually scales with mining efficiency, huh? Well, what is 1.79 times 60? Times key. 107.4. So this number is increasing by mining speed, is what it seems like. This is speed, not efficiency. There's a difference. My mining speed is 130 right now. Yes, hello. There's the cap again. Hello, my baby. Whee! Go get it. Go find it. It is not infinite. I don't know where you're getting infinite researches from. As far as I'm aware, this is like it does. Oh. See, there's an infinite symbol there. Huh. Is there anything else? Why? That's infinite? That's infinite. That's infinite. But you're done with the game by then. But, like, you're done. Right? The only point is if you want to make other Dyson spheres around other stars and just fool around. That's it. That's it. We're like right now we can get another 10. Hi, Dolly. Why, hello. And we're stuck here. The thing. Okay, so you get 10% mining speed. You realize that that's plus 10% of base A. So the amount that you get with each upgrade, I'm assuming this cost does go up over as you keep getting the tech. The amount of gain that you get per unit time, percentage-wise, versus the previous step, is constantly decreasing. And you are going to be effectively capped at your mining speed. So whatever... So, okay, we have 30%. We have 29.44 times 1.3. Gosh, I wish it would adjust that on the fly. Like, would it not be hard to scale this number to your current mining speed? Like this number? Like, why can we not have this number that's scaled to our mining speed? Well, with crude oil, the productivity doesn't matter because it's infinite of a resource. The amount of resource that it uses per cycle, it has no bearing with oil in particular and other fluids, but speed goes 100, 110, 120, 130, 140, 150. It's additive. So each time when you add 10, say, to 100, it's a different percentage gain than when you add 10 to 110. That total change by adding 10 to 120 is a smaller percentage change than adding 10 to 100 to get 110. That's the point that I'm trying to make. Each step is, yes, you add 10. You're adding a very specific set amount each time the tech happens per planet that has crude oil. So this 29.44 times 0.1, you're getting a whole 2.94 if you've tapped into everything each time you take that speed tech for the mining speed. A whole 2.94 total. I've also tapped into a lot more of the oil seeps. I think I've got most of them by now tapped into. Okay, there's one I'm missing. 2, I'm 3. Wow. How did I miss those? Most of the other ones... Oh god, That's 5. 5 that I'm not tapped. 6 that I've not tapped. So I guess I've got some work to do. Tapping into those oils to get a bit more when I need to get a bit more, because this infrastructure here can actually process all of it. Up to 29.44. I haven't multiplied by 1.3. So I need 30% more than this. Than this on the basic thing. Wow, that... Why is there no, like, Mark II refinery? Could we please get a Mark II refinery? Oil refinery. That would be great. Mark II oil refinery. Yeah, that would be good. That would be glorious in actuality. Ah, I remember the other thing that I did. The other thing that I did. The final thing that I did off screen. This is deuteron fuel rods. Taking our deuterium and converting it into fuel rods. I have 3 mini fusion power stations, each providing 9 megawatts of power, filled to the brim with fuel rods. And of course, I now have a ton of fuel rods. 48 gigajoules stored within me. It's glorious and beautiful and magnificent, and is one of the reasons why I scaled up these blue guys. These super magnetic rings. So that is that. And then among all of this, I needed to scale up the copper for more of these, and I needed to scale up the iron ingots for more of these, and yeah, just... And I think I also needed to scale the magnets at some point. Yeah, it's slightly disgusting how much I've needed to scale. And then, of course, I had to work with the titanium alloy to get more of that as well. So the titanium alloy down towards the main part of the base. Over here. Right over here, this guy. I scaled this up a little bit when we last met yesterday, but I have adjusted further and added even more. Even more. And I have addressed many bottlenecks in this system. So this sulfuric acid makes 6 per second on this line making sulfuric acid. What I had failed to take into account is that this needs 6 water, it needs more than 6 stone, and it needs 6 oil. That would be a stack bonus that I just got from my level 3 dudes. What is the stack size on these sorters now? It says 2 trips per second, but stack size. Okay. Stack size, it's listed here somewhere. Ore consumption per miner product, 83.06%. So you're saying as well that they're, with sufficient tech level, the ore consumption per miner product essentially hits 0? Or gets effectively close enough to 0 that the ores are basically infinite anyway. Let's see, so that's here. Sorter Mark III cargo stacking. 4 items per trip. The bonus outpaces the cost of the science. I see. Bonus outpaces cost of science. Why did they think it was necessary to make a singular type of cube out of all of the other types of cube and then antimatter? Huh. Well, anyway. I have 7 construction drones that can do 2 things at a time and travel at 12 meters per second. We can go 2,000 meters per second. We've got 80 slots in our inventory. We move at 10 meters per second. We have 2,100 seconds on solar sail life with a basic energy dissipation at 63%. Yeah, this is looking nicer. A lot nicer. Note that the vessel warp speed is 0.1 versus our 0.21, so they travel half of our speed. Maybe I should get more of these. You know, this ray transmission efficiency, that would help out with having those buildings getting power, but also I want all of the tech. I want all of it. Speaking of all of it, I have unlocked everything to get into the gravity matrix, so let's keep in mind I have the stuff to get that. Yeah, 1.5x versus 1. It's good. It's good. Don't get me wrong, it's good. It's good. And I need this to make the actual Dyson Sphere. Let's keep in mind we need this vertical launching silo to actually make the physical permanent structure of the Dyson Sphere. What we've got now with this solar sail array is actually a lot closer to our current theoretical understanding of how we would, in practice, make a Dyson Sphere. This is a lot closer to an in practice Dyson Sphere. Is this solar sail type thing? At least for our level of technology that we have, without having to come up with an incredible breakthrough, right? So it is within reason that we as humans could make something like a Dyson swarm around the sun. Of course, you need to be very careful if we want to actually tap into our sun, because the last thing we want to do is make us get less light. Or maybe that's the exact thing we want to do, because we want to reduce the intensity of light coming to our planet. Maybe we might want to do that, because that would help a little bit. In case you didn't know, over time the sun is actually getting brighter, and it's increasing the overall temperature of the planet over time, slowly but surely. The sun was dimmer earlier in the Earth's lifespan, and it's just getting more luminous as time goes on. And of course, eventually the sun is just going to go blah and destroy the Earth. But hey, it will expand massively, and very quickly expand to the size in which it would consume Earth, and then Mars is going to be like, I don't know what the distance would be, but it's gonna leave Mars. It'll probably be enough force to push things back, I would say. If not, then it just would spiral back in. I don't really know the fates of the other planets, really, after the sun expands. It's not gonna be nice. It's not gonna be nice for anything in the solar system when that happens. But there's a long time before that happens. The question is, does it happen before or after the moon escapes? Because that's another thing, is our moon around the Earth is slowly getting further and further away from the planet as time goes on. It's very slowly moving away from the planet. And eventually it will do one last loop and it's gone. Out and away. If there was enough time for that to happen before the sun destroys the Earth. I'm not sure about the timing. Anyway, let's progress, shall we? Now that we've had a lot of discussions here about things and stuff. What is it that I need to make? Oh yeah, and this thing apparently will consume everything up to 100% if it has enough accumulators to fill. So this symbol, yes, this symbol is definitely used in Legend of Zelda. It's the Triforce symbol, but historically, this symbol is the symbol of the Hojo clan from Japanese history, from the Sengoku Jidai period. It's a symbol that Hojo used. I don't know about the history beyond that. You thought that the moon would make us tidally locked? I don't know about that. The last I had seen on a special about it was that the moon is going to keep going outward, and then that would be that. Not that we would become locked with the moon. I could see that, but... And then there's the timing on when our planet essentially stops tectonically as well, because there's going to be the tectonic death of the planet at some point as well. If it's not one thing, it's another. Will basically become similar to Mars, and the tectonic activity will mostly cease, and we will stop having that churn of new rock into the system, and that's gonna cause lots of problems as well when that happens. If it happens within the time that the sun destroys it. Yeah, so many things. Basically what I'm saying is Earth is doomed at some point. So we need to get out of here. Find something that's not as imminently doomed. Regardless, I need, apparently, to make graphene. Oh, fun stuffs. I have the tech that lets me see the resources on solar systems, well, planetary systems up to 6 light years away. Okay? Up to 6. We can see the things that they've got. And actually it tells you what the rare resources are. So this Ross Hamill K-type star has organic crystals, spiniform stalagmite crystals, and there's crude oil there. And there's a gas giant with hydrogen and deuterium. There's no titanium here, which means this place is useless to me. Near enough. There's no titanium, that makes it basically useless. This one has fire ice. That makes it somewhat useful. And it has all of the things, including titanium. Let's see. What else is within 6? Is that within 6? No. It's slightly more than 6. How about this one? This one's 7. How about this one? This one, Canis Minoris. This one has all of the normal resources, plus crude, plus kimberlite, plus organic. I do not have fire ice on Iklarkrov 4. I do not have fire ice. This may be a glacial planet. I do not have fire ice on this glacial planet. Or this ice field gelisol. No fire ice here. No fire ice on my gas giant either. So, no. There's none. None at all. Not here. Not this system. Anyway. I got a little bit hosed, actually, on the rare resources in my home system. We got nothing besides what we're supposed to have with the oil on our home planet. We got jack all, but of note, of the stuff that's within 6 light years that I can see, no sulfur oceans, which is disgusting. I have a base there. The home system is not the same for everyone. No. It's only the same in that you start on a world that is a satellite of a gas giant, and there are 2 other planets in your home system. Fire ice can spawn in the home system. In fact, fire ice can spawn as the gas giant in your home system. Nilaus, on his pre-recorded playthrough, has fire ice for his gas giant. Skystorm, I'm pretty sure it's Skystorm, has an ice field type planet that has fire ice as a resource or vein. I have been here. I am actively mining silicon and titanium on this planet. There is no fire ice there. I have neither of those. I don't have fire ice here. So, yes, rare resources can spawn in the home system. But I was not lucky enough on this playthrough. This one is the one I would like to go to because of the organic crystal plus titanium. That's really useful. Organic crystal plus titanium, depending on how many organic crystals there are. That would be great. That would be great. What's that symbol? This little N. I don't know all the symbol names. I don't know all the alphabet stuffs. Oh, speaking of hydrogen gas giant. Speaking of which, I have the thingies now to mine the gas giant. I have them somewhere. Which one? This one? This one. I have my orbital collectors now. They exist. Yay. Hey, let's go to our gas giant and start mining deuterium and hydrogen from our gas giant. We are Jovian, actually, gas giant, seems. So, the gas giant actually behaves a lot like a planet. And we can construct these guys at the equator, okay? Allow me to find the equator. This is the equator. And I guess we build right on.
You have built an orbital collector.
Apparently every
the resources of this gas
other
automatically. The logistics vessel will come to pick up the cargo as long as you set these resources as interstellar demand at other sites. Furthermore, to maintain the collector working, the collected resources will be transferred to energy in the first place.
Will be transferred to energy in the first place. Huh. Huh. So these are remote supply. They don't have things that you put on them. They just get stuff. The question is, do they continue to get stuff when one of the storages is full and the other isn't? If yes, great. Excellent. If not, dang. I would expect / hope and pray that these things continue to give me deuterium when the hydrogen storage is full. We'll keep an eye on it. Also, gas giants are big. So how many of these orbital collectors do I need for this gas giant? Hey, having backed up hydrogen is great. Because we're going to need to use it to get into the green cubes. Alright, that's the last one. Now, how many have I placed? That is less than 1 quadrant of this gas giant. Less than 1 quadrant with 10 of these. Woohoo. Land for me. Thank you. So how many did I have? Where's that storage again? That one? Yes. Mine. All of them. Get back up there. Hello. Yes, I have missed the landing at low energy and full speed. Yes, I have. It's wonderful. Not being able to turn until you have some energy again. Not a problem quite anymore. Not quite a problem anymore, considering I now have, 46 gigajoules of deuteron fuel rods. It's nifty. 40 collectors per gas giant, apparently. Reminds you of meeting train on tracks. Yes, in Factorio. Train? Meet? Yeah, it's like, hey bot. Have you met your train yet? Did you know that trains have kill counters in Factorio? I didn't. And then I learned. That trains have kill counters. Buddies, place the things. Place the things. There you go. I left my buddies behind as I was going about doing the things. Could have sworn I had placed 10 and it wasn't a full quadrant, but oh well. I had like 38, I think is what that had originally said. Before I picked up 10. And then picked up another 20-something. Come on, glorious things. Return to me, my minions. Return! Like, the only reason to ever really go to one of these gas giant is to place these stupid collectors on it, right? There's no other real reason, considering the lack of texturing of the actual surface. I mean, yeah, it's slight motion from the clouds. Woohoo! How much have we done? More than half. More than halfway. Huzzah. Let's go. We have 11 more after this one. This is why speed upgrades for your minions is great. Oops. No, get back. There. Very specifically there. Alright, get back here, minion. There you are. Thank you. Place the thing. Minion, hurry it up. Get back. There you are. Place the thing. Next minion. Go, go, go. Place the thing. Go, go, go. Next minion. Get back here, you. There you go. On our way forward. Place the thing. Get out there. Get back here. Da-ding. Get back here. Get over there. 5 left to place. Is there enough space for 5? That's the question. Or am I short? Go, go, go. Minion, come back. So this is going to get a bit of hydrogen for me. As well as a consistent supply of deuterium. Looks like I am going to be short at least 1. 38 total, yeah, that's what I thought. Unless I made 1 in the interim. We'll see how many short we are, and we are short by 2. So yeah. There's the next one, and then there's the one after that. So there's 1, 2, and there's our first one that we placed. So, if I limit this to that, this number still increases, while this one doesn't. So, the answer to, if you're full on hydrogen, do you still get the deuterium? Yes. Which also means if you're full on deuterium, you still get hydrogen. They are independent resources stored in these collectors. Yay. Then we have to think, well, how much of this hydrogen is being consumed to fuel the collector? The game doesn't tell you. Like, the game doesn't tell you. Now, I'm imagining that it's, again, 0.79 times 1.3 for the mining speed. I'm imagining it's going to be that same multiplication based on the mining speed. Because that number that's going up by, sure as heck looks like it's increasing by a value that is greater than 1 per second for this one orbital collector. That looks like a bit more than 0.79 to me. I don't know about you, but that looks like greater than 0.79. So I'm willing to bet that it is going to be increased due to the mining speed percentage bonus. Right now, for my save, 1.3. I'm pretty sure. 130%, right up there. So 0.79 times 1.3 is 1.027. Interesting, because it seems like it's happening a little bit faster than that. By default are at 10x? Oh. So their mining speed is 10? So then I would be getting... I have to... Yeah, crafting menu. 10.4x. Hold up. Mining drill. It tells me how much per vein on the tooltip. It tells me how much per vein on the tooltip. It tells you how much per vein on the tooltip adjusted to your current mining speed bonus. That's an adjusted value to current mining speed, which means that that number right there, 10.4x, that number is adjusted to my current mining speed. And with the oil extractor, 1.3x gathering speed. They put it on the tooltip of the item. Okay. Well, 10.4x. So that would actually be 0.79 times 10.4. 8.216 hydrogen per second. Minus the amount needed for the fuel, of course. And then it uses 30 megawatt work consumption. So this thing uses 30 megawatts and it subtracts the wattage. So it's not giving me 8.26, it's giving me 8.216. And then subtracting 30 megawatts or megajoules worth of the output here. So that's why this is not going up by 8 per second. I mean, to me, clearly it's not actually going up by 8 per second. It's going up by... hydrogen has a fuel value of 8 megajoules. So if we do 30 over 8, it's taking 3.75 out of that every second. So that 8.216 minus 3.75, 4.466 per orbital collector hydrogen, approximately. Which that looks like it's the value that we're actually getting here. Yep, math. This output looks like it's about 4.5 per second, but between 4 and 5 per second. That's why. That's why it's the 4 to 5 here. That's why it doesn't look like that's why it's greater than 1 or greater than 0.79 and also not 10.4 times 0.79. Why it's not 8, why it's not 1, that's why it looks like this, 4.5-ish, less than 4.5. Yeah, I wouldn't be surprised if it's also doing the same thing with the deuterium, because that's also 8 megajoules. I'd hope and pray not. I'd hope not. If you're backed up on hydrogen, I don't see why it wouldn't use what's stored. Or it would like scale back the hydrogen mining for it. And then of course, if there's 40 of those collectors around the planet, 4.466 times 40 is the amount that you get from the planet. Now let me find you. Aha. That's the 2 I needed. And back we go to my gas giant, my Jovian. Now I have to find where on this planet is the missing gap. Spot the gap. The gap is right here. Come on, move. Thanks. Hey, Ave! Welcome. I am finishing my ring of 40 orbital collectors around the gas giant. You missed me doing math about the gas giant, because these orbital collectors, yeah, they scale their collection with mining speed. I have 30% mining speed, and apparently, according to the tooltip on the orbital collector, you can only place 40 around a gas giant. Maximum. You can only place them around the equator at a set distance from each other, set minimum distance. The max you can place on any gas giant is 40. At least on this one. So, tooltip. 10.4 times. 10.4 times 0.79. Minus 30 megawatts to run the building. Each orbital collector is collecting 4.466 hydrogen per second. Stored. 4.466. Times 40. This gas giant is producing 178.64 hydrogen per second. And then deuterium, I mean, if we don't consider that the thing uses the deuterium, because that would be insane. The deuterium is a 0.03 times 10.4 times 40. 12.48 deuterium per second. And I get it might use some of that. I don't know if it would actually use some of that for fuel. I would hope not. Yeah, sure. Welcome to the what the heck do I do with all this hydrogen, followed by why do I not have enough hydrogen? Yes. So I need the interstellar stations, or I need an interstellar station that's free, that's got a free slot, at least one free slot, and some free vessels to gather for me hydrogen and deuterium. I am doing remote demand, and local supply. And of course the deuterium, you need to wait until it gets enough stuff. And we have no vessels. Great. Fantastic. Maybe I should just clear you, add another. This is not a good idea, by the way, because, you know, power. I have established an interstellar network. Hi. Thanks. Thanks for informing me that I have, in fact, done something. Deuterium. Remote demand. Go. Give me my deuterium! my glorious deuterium. Speaking of power, power's okay. Power is okay. Now, which way's north? That way is south. Well, that's fine. We haven't looked at the thing on the South Pole yet. So, Ave, what you missed at the very beginning is me pointing out that the ray receiver is actually so tall and so wide that on this particular planet with very low axial tilt, both receivers at each pole have 100% continuous receiving uptime, even during polar night. Even during polar night. Because they're bigger than the region of polar night. This building is larger than the polar night area. So it's always getting some sunlight. And just imagine on Earth, if you go to one of the actual poles of the planet and launch something way up into the air at one of the poles, actually basically anywhere on the planet, there comes a point where you've launched the thing high enough that you're always going to get sunlight. Think of this as being something very tall at the pole. How many sails do I have up? What's the button for that? Y? So we have 1,300 and 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, and we're starting to fill 2 rings. I added 5 launchers. So I now have 6 EM railguns, basically. I have 6 railguns launching my existent amount of sail production, and it's making these. I have 2 currently active. I want this 3rd one that's currently empty, and the 4th other one that's further out. Is there a method to the Magnus? Not really. I just want to try to be sure that there's gonna be something that something can launch into at any given time, slash something that can be retrieved from at any given time as well. Because some planets may have parts of them that might be able to get a direct line off the top of one, but not off an equatorial one, for example, and still be within the line of the whole swarm by the top of one of the other, but not an equatorial, based off of position on the planet and time of day and all of that. And yeah, it just comes down to where the planet is around the thing. It's like, but do you really want to adjust on the fly a whole bunch of rail launchers? I think what we might want to consider is having what we might consider doing is just having like sets of them, each one pointing at a different array, and then at specific times of year they'll be active at different ones will be differently active at different times of year, depending on which one they're launching to. But we don't have to worry. Like that thing is just mostly cosmetic, really. For all intents and purposes, mostly cosmetic. Because we're ready to actually build the physical structure of the Dyson Sphere. Once we can actually start making the components, we have 1 tech to take, and we can just start making the structure itself. And convert our temporary solar sails into permanent solar sails. Also, it's apparently 20 megawatts per ray receiver without a graviton lens. So we have 2 of them, and with 1 at each pole, and they each want 20. So the Dyson Sphere has to send 40 megawatts to these 2. it can make 46.2 total. So we're getting our full 20. Yay. Of which we are outputting 12.5. Because while we're receiving 20, we have to multiply that by our receiving efficiency of 62.2. And that gives us 12.5 each. So we have 25 total megawatts from these two in a base that's consuming over 200 megawatts. It's wonderful. Isn't that nice? Isn't that nice? So, progression. We spent an hour and we haven't really done any major progression outside of, hey, I've got hydrogen now. So, hey, I've got hydrogen now and deuterium and all that wonderful, beautiful stuff. In excess, really. In excess, he says? Ooh. In excess. What can we do? Well, a few things. First off, we need to make sure that this setup, which is... which needs to scale by 10% per mining speed tech. And I have 3 of them at this point for an extra 30% mining speed. So Ave, all this thing that I built to be able to process the 29.44, I'm not actually getting 29.44 out of all of the nodes when I tap into all the nodes. I'm getting 30% more than that. Because as it turns out, oil extractors increase the mining speed with the mining speed tech. It applies to oil extractors and the gas giant extractors. Oh, does it apply even to the water pumps? Probably. Yes, it's going to be belt limited, so I'd have to do this on another line somewhere to continue to process more stuff because it's going to be belt limited to 30 regardless. So, water pumps too. Great. That's going to be fantastic when I finally find a sulfuric acid ocean. It's going to be great that the water pumps can pump sulfuric acid out of the sulfuric acid oceans, right? Oh yeah, this fractionation thing. Ugh. It's my deuterium. For my fuel rods. For my many fuel rods. Okay, I need to, find a way to kill this hydrogen over the other hydrogen. Like the gas giant hydrogen, that's great and all, but we need to make sure that we get a constant supply of processed or refined oil. Meaning, I need to use this liquid hydrogen here. Right in here. All of it. Every single bit of it. Which gets me to Casimir crystals. Yes, it does preserve the filter when you shift click to get the a sorter. So, the problem is shift clicking a sorter. The problem is being able to physically shift click a sorter with a filter on it. Because it's a little bit finicky to actually grab the sorter versus a belt underneath it. Little finicky. Get rid of all this stupid ore in my inventory. Thanks. Tab when you place it is great, but what we're referring to is being able to maintain a filter by shift-clicking on an existing one, so that every other one that we place, you don't have to apply the filter on because it's already there. So, like, shift-click that, suddenly... Huh. But I shift-click it, huh? It's not on a machine that allows that sort, or that has that thingy, so I guess it is intelligent. Oh boy. It is intelligent. We don't have a thing that is outputting hydrogen. It's intelligent. So, Casimir crystals. Hold up, that other recipe. T. U. Back. Back, I say. Not that one. That one. Oh. I don't have that nearby. Just like I don't have unipolar magnets nearby, which is a shame. What building makes the strange matter? Chem plant? I know it needs particle containers too. I need to produce particle containers and put them onto the network as well. But we'll work backwards from our Casimir crystals. So, actually, what we'll work backwards from is from the science. We will work backwards from green. Particle collider, great, even better. So, okay, you get 2 cubes every 24 seconds. You get 1 cube every 12 seconds. Okay? So a stack of 12 is gonna give you 1 per second. It would be nice to have a copy function that copies the building plus all the connected sorters. Yeah. But it would have to include... Well, it does not actually have to include the belts, because sorters can exist without belts under them. It'll just be unlinked. There's a little flashing icon that's an unlinked sorter, and you can add the belt underneath and it links to the new belt that's been placed. So it doesn't actually need the belt. But it would be nice to get the sorters too on the copy paste. But so this, let's keep this in mind. It's 12 to 1 per second. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. How tall can I build these? 13. So we're good. We can do a stack of 13. We need, for our 1 per second, 1/2 of each of the graviton lens as well as the quantum chip. Now, we're probably going to want a lot of the graviton lenses, because those things are used to make warpers, right? Those are warpers. Space warpers. Now, I'm looking at this and I'm saying, oh hey, 1 green cube can make 8 warpers. 1 green cube is 1/2 of 1 graviton lens. And the other item, which is the quantum chip. Is it worth spending 1/2 of one quantum chip and 1/2 of one warper, or of one graviton lens, to get +7 warpers versus 1 warper per 1 lens? Well, it would depend on how expensive quantum chip is. It 100% depends upon how expensive are quantum chips. You say you're saying yes because you're doing it and you want validation for your decision. Well, if the lenses are the hard part, then yes, absolutely. If the graviton lenses are the hard part, the most expensive part of this, yes. Of which I'm seeing that these lenses are diamonds and strange matter, and strange matter is going to need the purple doohickeys, the containers, these particle containers, and that's graphene and copper ingots and more magnets and iron and or more magnets and copper in the form of those guys, the green engines. I'll call them the green motors. The quantum chip is CPUs, which consumes silicon and copper and iron ingots in the form of the electronic components, the silicon for the microcrystalline components, and then a thing we haven't made. A thing which we have not made, which I will look at now. The thing which we have not made. This. The plane filter. The plane filter is Casimir crystals. And high-strength glass, which is like titanium in glass. It's titanium, plate, glass, and water to get high-strength glass. Water is plentiful. I may need to scale my glass a little bit to convert this. It is a 1-to-1 conversion. That's fine. It's done in an assembler. So, plane filters, what they come down to is Casimir crystals. What about these gravitons? So these graviton lenses, diamonds are easy. Just energetic graphite. We could X-ray crack for energetic graphite if we really had to. And strange matter. Strange matter. Strange matter is deuterium, which we now have in infinite supply. Well, we have up to 12.48 per second of the stuff, theoretically, from the gas giant. So that's fine. Not even using hydrogen anymore. 2 iron ingot. Well, that's easy. And 2 of the particle containers of the pink containers, which actually goes way the heck back to something down here, right? Where was that? Magnetic particle trap? The green guys. And graphene and that, so... Yeah, I'd probably say that this is pretty expensive. Versus the... I mean, they're both pretty bad, but... Yeah, +7 warpers, though. Versus 1 warper. That's just too good. Yeah, it's worth the effort. You have to do everything anyway to get into the green cubes. Anyway. What's the downside to just scaling it up a little bit to get even more warpers? To get warpers out of it? Yes, you can absolutely foundation water pumps, and they behave exactly like in Factorio, where they just continue working. So yes, the Casimir crystals, what makes these awful is, it's 12 hydrogen per unit Casimir crystal. And it's 2 graphene, so we now have 2 items in this system that use graphene, that use sulfuric acid, that use processed oil. In the particle container and here in the Casimir crystal directly. And it's the titanium crystals. Which, the titanium crystals, that's more sulfuric acid in the form of the organic crystals. Thus, more oil. So at least we're consuming hydrogen and oil, but at what ratio? Because I think we're using more hydrogen than oil, which is ideal, actually, for my current rates. So, working our way directly backwards, in an assembler, I will be making the plane filters. Well, I'll be making the chips from the plane filters. So let's plan out 2 green cubes. Let's plan out 2 green cubes per second, and use one of them for science and the other one for the warpers. Okay? For as many warpers as we need out of that 1 per second. So I need 1 lens and 1 of the CPU quantum chip, which would need 2 CPUs, which I believe I already have, and 2 of the plane doohickeys. Yeah, 2 of the plane filters into that one. And we'll ignore number of buildings as well. So, yeah, I need 1 of these, which means 2 plane filters, and then plane filters, you get 1-to-1 on Casimir. So I need 2 Casimir if I need 2 plane filters. Yes, 2 Casimir and 4 high-strength glass, or titanium glass. We'll think about the glass later, because that's easier level of scaling. So we need 2 Casimir crystals per second. 2 Casimir crystals per second. 2 titanium crystals per second. 4 graphene per second. And 24 hydrogen per second. And 8 buildings to do that. 8 assembling machines. Eight assembling machine Mark IIs, mind you. So that's going to be hydrogen. I'm going to put a splitter here. And the reason I'm going to do that is because I'm going to put an input priority here and potentially have a interstellar station that's going to bring in other stuff, including extra hydrogen into this. So you're going to request local demand remote storage on hydrogen. It's also going to pull it from here. It'll pull it from the other doohickey that's pulling in from the gas giant too. Now this isn't going to Well, this might be my provider as well of the actual Casimirs. It depends on how much I do out here in general. I don't know. Stuff. Things. Apparently it's over here somewhere that the hydrogen is in. One of these. There's the hydrogen coming in here. Let's do that there. Excellent. I need more Tesla towers. Where is my mall? The other part. The other mall. Where actually? Here. Right over here. Stuff! Up here. You. Mine. You. I'm fine on you. Yeah, we're fine on all of that nonsense. Oh, right. I automated chem plants. Speaking of, I need a, I need a particle collider. Where is that in here? There. Oh, right. I need to, like, make a ton of graphene rolls and graphene. And titanium alloy. The problem is both of those are sulfur. Sulfuric acid. Which is refined oil. Process, like, yeah. It's a lot of stuff. It's a lot of stuff. I have alloy here. And I could have sworn I had the, I have graphene. I have graphene. Graphene is here. Because this is the, particle containers I have. Yes, I need warp drives for warp drives. Actually, what I need is Universe Exploration Level 4. To see exactly where there is a system with a sulfuric acid ocean. That's what I want. That's what I really want, is just a sulfuric acid ocean. Please. Please give me a sulfuric acid ocean. I need it in my life. I must have the sulfuric acid ocean. So there's an area I'm making the tubes. The graphene tubes. I think it's near a pole. I think it's near the South Pole. That one. There they are. As you can probably tell, I don't have enough graphene. And I don't have enough nanotubes because I don't have enough graphene. So, we may need to only make a trickle of stuff. Yes, the answer is we need to scale hard. I should also... Why am I making... So I'm making 1 per second on the crystals for yellow. And I'm backed up on yellow. My starting system had 0 special resources, which is just great. I do have spiniform crystals. The problem is I can't go there until I get warpers. There's also fire ice there that would be graphene and hydrogen within 3 light years. And then that one has crude oil, kimberlite, and organic crystals, and that one, 3 light years. Crude oil, organic crystals, and spiniform stalagmite crystals without any titanium in the entire system. Just the irony of organic crystals not being here, or there being organic crystals here and not the titanium to make the titanium crystals. There's another system nearby that has organic crystals and titanium, so I would come out here for A, crude oil, and B, the stalagmite crystals. But we need warpers, and we need a consistent supply of warpers before we can send logistics vessels out to that system. We need consistency of thingies. Okay. Graphene. I have 3 buildings making graphene. I am making 2 graphene per second. I have 2. I need more. I need a lot more. In order to get a lot more, I'm going to need more graphite and more sulfuric acid. Sulfuric acid requires stone, oil, and water. That's the easy part. Now, if I made another line of these, 3, 6, 9, if I made another 9 of these, that would be making 6 sulfuric acid per second. That would be using more than 6 processed oil per second. It would also be using way more than 6. It'd be using 12 stone per second. And exactly 6 per second of water. This is doable. This is doable, and then that would make 12 graphene out of the full 6 sulfuric acid. That would make 12 graphene. As long as I could provide a lot more than that in as long as I could provide 18 graphite, which is 36 coal per second. The coal on my home planet is starting to run out a bit. I don't think I have any more locations of just coal. I think I've tapped all of my coal for other purposes on this planet. This planet has 104k. Oh boy. This planet has 1.5 million coal. I could switch to oil and X-ray crack the oil, but then hydrogen. Hydrogen. Alright, let's do this. Interstellar Logistics Station. Or I could have been smart and put effectively infinite resources. Let's see. So, crude oil. I need to remote store, local demand. Bring me my crude oil. Step 1. Step 2 is I need oil refineries. I'm making those over here. Oh yeah, let's not forget that I'm also using graphene to make the solar sails. Note that the infinite resources maps are just effectively infinite. They're not true infinite. So you get resources in an abundance of billions. So your individual nodes are like billions of stuff. Not true infinite, but also it's fine. It's great. Oh, and the ore consumption per miner product tech, it apparently scales quite well. It apparently scales very well. What was I looking for? This for these and these. I need more than that. Yeah, not much of a difference, really. Because let's face it, it doesn't need to actually be true infinite because you're going to complete the game in a certain amount of time, no matter what. There is effectively infinite. Abandoning 100 hours feels very painful, yeah. But also, the early game, coming off of a save where you have a lot of the upgrade techs, going into a brand new save where you don't have any of the upgrade techs, it hurts a lot. Completing a game is taking the last tech in the tech tree on the main quest line. This is how you beat the game. You don't need to do anything involving the Dyson Sphere. Unless you need the Dyson Sphere to make antimatter, in which case then, sure. So the, like, I can see it's the Dyson Sphere that you need to do the antimatter. Make the antimatter. So this is, photon. Ah, yes, that... So, the ray receivers have another mode, which is this, like, photon mode. That right there. So you make the Dyson Sphere to get the power to make the photons, to make the antimatter, to make the universe matrix. and complete the game. To get the antimatter for the universe matrix. Huzzah! And you also get this thing called the artificial star. Which, yeah. Makes 75 megawatts per star at 100% efficiency. Using antimatter. Yep. Antimatter fuel rods. The Annihilation Constraint Sphere. Oh joy. Isn't that going to be great? 10 hydrogen and 10 anti-hydrogen. Is there a name for the antimatter hydrogen, or is it just anti-hydrogen? Because you think antimatter, well, that's more of a concept. It's not the name of a specific element of antimatter. So there is a counterpart to each and every single matter element as antimatter that don't exist in this universe because, well, it gets demolished as soon as it arises. So the only thing we could really think about making ultimately using ultimately would be the hydrogen equivalent. One central negatively charged particle and one outer positively charged particle, the reverse equivalent of our proton and electron. Just because that's the easiest to work with. Oh boy. Anyway, let's get to it. I need to refine this oil. Like step 1, refining. This is the equator. Okay. Good to know. Like this is the equator. I am gonna shift that by a lot. Positron and anti-proton. Yeah. Why did that be called the anti-proton? Like, just why? That's not enough spacing. I need 3. That's 3. So, this area. You may have noticed that I haven't provided power out here into this little spot. In fact, I'm going to make the attempt to keep the power far away from this specific spot. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to use the hydrogen as the power in this spot. Hydrogen power. Not through the fusion thingy, though. Gosh. I'm doing this to get sulfuric acid for graphene and graphene rolls, for the particle containers, for the strange matter, and the graphite for the Casimir crystals. For green cubes. Sometimes we just need to take a moment to think about just what we're doing and why we're doing it. We need graphite for particle containers. We need particle containers for strange matter. We need the strange matter for our graviton lenses. We need those for the green cubes directly. And the other item for the green cubes, the quantum chips, need these like plane filter thingies that need the particle container stuff in the or that need things. Strange matter is the containers. Yes, they containers all the way back here, and that needs graphene. Graphene rolls are used in the production of these in the Casimir crystals. Oh, that's just graphene. Okay, where was the rolls? What? Where was rolls? Hold up. Whoa. Rolls. Could have sworn rolls were somewhere. That's strange. Strange. That's just... Wait, why did I think that this uses rolls? Alright, goodbye, Ave. I'm going for another over an hour. Where did I get that this needed rolls? Huh. Was it the planes? Or the crystal? Or was it the... No, that's just graphene itself, so I'm just wrong. I'm just wrong. There's no rolls of graphene here, but I need more rolls anyway. Like, no matter what, I need I would need the rolls to make the particle colliders to make the strange matter. Strange matter made in particle colliders and the particle colliders need frame materials, which needs the rolls. Yes, that's it. We need particle colliders, and the particle colliders need those rolls. From here, they need this frame material, which needs rolls and alloy and silicon. We're going to need to make the frame material for the Dyson Sphere anyway, to actually start making the permanent structure of the Dyson Sphere. So, this is to get more graphite, or graphene, for that. And this, very specifically, this setup is to get the oil that will be used for the sulfuric acid for the graphene, as well as, hopefully, the energetic graphite. I haven't done the math to know if this could actually make enough energetic graphite. So let's have a look at X-ray cracking for a sec, just to see, because I see that it's 1-to-1 oil to graphite. In what universe is that acceptable of a ratio? Why would I spend 12 processed oil, 12 of my oil? No, 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 nah, nah. Nah, 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 nah. Goodbye. Goodbye, all of it. I am not doing that. No way. Not a chance, not a chance, not a chance. Bring me the processed oil. Processed oil, definitely. Or refined oil, because I am doing that elsewhere in a great big factory making this oil. Yeah, graphite, it is a byproduct from that system, but I need diamonds. And I need the graphite for the graphene. Now, I will bring in graphite. And I will set a remote demand on this as well, and give it its doohickeys, its buddies. Oh hey, warpers. You can put the warpers in the thing now. And this will be powered. Fortunately, I have a lot of graphene stored right now, but I am going to secure my supply between videos. Between this end of this stream and the next stream, after I end today, I'm going to go next to the planet next door. The actual planet, not the gas giant. I'm going to go to Klarkov 1, and I'm going to tap into some of this coal and convert it into graphene. Yeah, if you're not running out of coal, it's fine. But I'm basically using all of my coal at the moment for various things. There's some that I could rearrange things. I don't really need to be spending it on power. There's areas where I'm spending it on power that I could divert for other purposes. The thing is, I would need to first build out power infrastructure that is the replacement to these areas of coal on my main planet. And do I really want to spend the rest of this stream doing that? Nah. Instead, I am going to build out the infrastructure as we work towards something new. Now, I could just be like, screw it, I'll do most of this, actually, off-screen, on the back-end scaling for the graphene and such, and just begin work on the thing directly. Wherever I am actually doing that. Hold up, where am I going and what am I doing? Oh, great questions, great questions. Over here. Working directly on the Casimir crystals, which I could just say, hey, give me the graphene if you got it, and give me the crystals. Well, I don't have the crystals being provided on my network, but hey, sure, whatever. Demand them. Demand them! I'll go and I'll provide them what little I'm making of them, and steal some of my yellow cubes production worth of them. Do you have a spare slot? Yes, you do. Heck yeah, you do. How am I gonna... This is exactly the situation that I would use this in if I had the space for it, which I don't. Why, hello, Ollie. Hello, my boy. How's Ollie? He's here. A little upset that I just moved him from his nice and cuddled position in my lap. Yes, you go right back to your position. Yes, my baby. My baby. My wonderful baby. Who gives me all the scratches ever. More wounds from this kitty than... Yeah. Do that. Oh. There you go. Prefer that output to go this way. Input into there, get those supplied. I'm only making 1 per second, so this is just gonna chew through all that backlog pretty quick. Now we play Follow the Bots. over to there. Meow. I hear Dolly. Dolly wants to say hello? And then bring out the graphene. And bring out these guys. Da 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 da. Glorious things. And that is essentially the Casimir crystals. Now, I want to point out, because I do stream this pretty often, that A, there's not too much time, whoops, to scale off screen during the week, but there are Saturdays and, well, basically Saturdays completely that I do take off, and I will do a lot of stuff then for scaling work, because I do like to play this game a bit. I do enjoy this game a little bit, just a bit. And I'm trying to decide, do I want to put this into the thingy there, or just use it here? Probably just going to use it here. Or move it closer to a spot where I will use it. We had the perfect number of sorters there for a second. There we go. Power! Glorious power. Go. Really? Really? Machine? Ah, yes. Using 24 hydrogen per second. Isn't it glorious? It is pretty nice. Hey, we're gonna have oil again. We're gonna have oil again, now that we have these Casimir crystals. Alright, what used these again? What used them? Directly? It was this plane filter, huh? Yeah, I need to put these in a box for the moment. I need to store them briefly. Power. Maybe not that many. But yeah, store these crystals. Thanks. Let them get produced as I get shipments of graphene in here. Let's actually limit that a bit and limit that a bit. Next item on the agenda, I need to get the glass. The titanium glass. How much of the titanium glass do I actually need? I thought it was 4 per second for my current plans. And 4 would mean... Oh, I need water. Oh. Well, thank God there's water there. Hey, hey. Do I have water pumps or the ability to build them? I can build a few of them. That is going to need, okay, 4 water per second. That's probably going to be a bit slightly more water pumps than what I just made. Dang. What do I need to make more? Actually, I built 5. Oh, and I have a bunch. Okay. Phew. Phew. Oh joy. Oh bliss. Da da da.
Foundation.
Hey, yes, thank you for telling me about Foundation. Let's just make that somewhat even so that I can place down Pump. 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 That's 50 each, so one... Oh, it's 50 each! It's 50 times 1.3, dummy. And it should tell me how many it is on the tooltip. Wait, did I just place all of the ones that I had? Where? Oh. It is 65 per minute. Gathering speed. 65. That's 1 and a little more. So when I said I needed 4, as it turns out, I could have just connected 4. I'll connect 5. And there's water. Glorious water. La-dee-da-da-dum. Next, glass and titanium plate. Glass and titanium ingot. Local demand remote storage. Local demand remote storage. Might want a remote demand, but meh, whatever. Enjoy the things. And that covers that logistics station completely. Go, my minions! Go, my glorious minions, give me things! Go, bring me stuff. Be free! Be free! So how many buildings do I need? 10. That should be 10. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. And I'm going to bring that out here. I'm going to bring that out here. And then I'm going to bring that down there. Huzzah! Stuff. As I was mentioning, this is the easy part out of all this. So let's get this all loaded up. Doink dong, doink dong, doink dong. Squeeze me, but no. Insert, insert, insert. Insert, insert, insert. Insert, insert, insert. Ta-da! I need more sorters. Soon. Fortunately, I'm making loads. Let's get this powered. Doinky. Okay, I need those. I need those, and I need one over here. Yay! We can make the plane doohickeys. We can make our plane dookies now. Where do I want to do that? Precisely. How many buildings will I need for you? And then I'll need to bring in CPUs as well. So for you, to make 24! How many am I carrying? 41, okay. Enough, but still. 24! How am I gonna fit that? Like, excuse me, but 24? That's a lot. That's a lot. That's gonna be 2 lines of 12. Frankly. Yeah. 1, 2, 3. Let's make sure that we assign the recipe so I don't have to paste it down the whole time. 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. That's actually pretty neatly arranged there, buddy. Those squares are small. We'll send you out that way, and we'll have the other input over here. One, 2. That, you see? 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. So if I want to keep things symmetrical, I need to actually add an entire extra tile, an extra square between, and that will mean that I can actually fit my power lines in between. Would I want to do that, though? Because I wouldn't be able to power all the things if they were that spacing, so I need to maintain a gap of 2 between each. And that should be that. Something tells me it'll probably be best to lift this belt. Rather than lift every other belt over it. Okay, Casimir. I'm going to bring you up. I'm gonna bring you over and up, and then over and around to there. And then I'm gonna make it so that this offloads. Onto the belt gloriously. Haha! Success. Beautiful crystals. I, this time, definitely need to go and get more sorters from right over here. They're right next door to me. Oh, that's right. I don't think I actually have the correct spacing. Uh-oh. I may need to redo this a little bit. I might need to do this a little bit differently because... yeah, I need... in and... yeah, that's the problem. So this is gonna offset at least 1. Let's get the inserters inserting first. That's the exact point that I'm trying to come up with. We'll do this the exact same way that I did the oil processing. If I arrange it like that, I can't... I'd have to input here. Output could be behind, but then I'd have to merge two thingies. Two belt lines, and I don't really feel like doing that. It feels like a waste of belt by needing to run the line twice across 12 assemblers. So that's what I'm trying to avoid. I'm trying to keep it somewhat compact by doing it this way. I need at least one more tile for that one, and let's keep up the pattern here. Outputting in the middle, inputting here. So, let's go back to the beginning. Here's what the pattern will look like. We are going to offset left one tile. We are going to input here. We are going to output here, and we are going to input here. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. Okay. Huh? Thank you, game. Thanks for the Casimir crystals. So, what you can do in this case is just click on the spot while holding a thing, and it will output, it'll drop the stuff onto the belt for you, where it needs to be dropped. Just in case you make an error. Like so. Ah, how elegant. Just make sure I'm not grabbing from the thingy, though. Grabbing from belt to belt. And that's that. Ta-da. Just offset one tile, the two lines, and it looks nice despite the offset. They're not truly mirrored, but it's how we can handle the placement of the sorters on the belt line. And you can see how it just sandwiches all in neatly together. It's glorious. Now, you. What am I going to do with you? So that's those. I need another doohickey. Yeah, it makes it look more symmetrical than it really is. So I did the exact same thing right here with the oil array. You see my oil refining? Yeah. We did this during a stream. We built this in a stream. All of these sorters. Filtered sorters. Down the entire line. So, how many buildings am I gonna need to get my 2 chips? 12. 12 to get 2 chips. So, 12, huh? Five, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. Yeah, I was not gonna do the X-ray cracking. I really didn't want to do a build twice as large on the X-ray cracking and loop out the hydrogen with it too. Hello, my Ollie. Hello, that's my pretty boy in my lap. The pretty Ollie. Yeah, that's my Ollie. How's that baby? How's the baby? Baby Gray Ollie. Yes. Gray Ollie in the lap. Huh. Oh, I have enough hydrogen now. I'm making over 170 of the stuff on the gas giant. I'm getting it. Collecting enough at this point. I really don't want to grab that unit of thing, but oh well. So we went over. We made a bridge to go over. We're gonna make another bridge. Not this close. Hold up. One more tile. La da dee dee da dee 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 doo. It's an interesting design that they chose for the oil and hydrogen being connected as they are. Oh, I have space here. Hi, give me CPUs. Thanks. Snore. Snore. Ollie snoring. Kitty cat snoring. He's snoring in my lap. Aw, pretty boy. Cutie Ollie. If only he wouldn't scratch all the time. Use his claws all the time for doing everything. Okay, I need also... Do you have another slot? You do. If I wanted to provide these quantum chips... I think I'm going to provide these quantum chips. I think that's the answer we're going to go for. Now, this stupid thing is in my way. This little wind turbine is in my way. Yeah, you're gonna take those and you're gonna supply those. You're gonna not provide them remotely, thanks. Oh boy, more sorters. Yes, more. MOAR, more sorters. All this effort just for 2. Just for... Oops. Just for 2. That's it. Just 2. Output, 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 and output, output, and output. Power. A doinky. A doinky. A doinky. And, of course, a doinky. Oh, there we go. We now have quantum chips. That's a biggie, because that's the one that uses the Casimir crystals. So, nanotubes and structures. Dyson structure component thingies. I guess over here is as good as any. On this piece of flat land. I need to grab more logistic stations. Speaking of piece of flat land. More flatness, please. Would be great. More flatness. The flattening must happen. And eventually I'm just going to switch over to using the... Yeah, shut up. Switch over to the other stuffs. Okay, I probably need to go... Yeah. I probably need more assembling machines soon. Fortunately... Oh, they're right here. Thanks. Same with the sorters and same with belt if I need belt. Which I need belt. Thank you. Come again. You. Select the recipe. The recipe is frame material. 6 machines, ideally, but we'll see. We shall see about that, and that's going to be tubes, alloy, and silicon. Tubes. Not plastic. Alloy. Where are you? Alloy? Alloy and silicon. Demand, storage, demand, storage, demand, storage. Now we're going to limit all of this quite a bit. And this is going to be the supply of the frame materials in here. Meaning it's going to need those. It's not going to need the other thingies because we're not gonna do any other shenanigans. Yes, give me nanotubes. You'll be the nanotubes. You'll be the alloy. You'll be the silicon. And you will be the output / input. Da 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 da. Now, the stack size on these level 3 inserters means that we don't necessarily have to care as much about going the full distance 3, considering it moves at this point 4 items per stack. So even if the cycle is only 2 trips per second, that's still 8 items a second that it's able to move. Due to that stack size increase. I need to... So, look at the lights. Like, each each object that is in need of power has a little node on it. So that's what I'm looking at on my positioning here to see that, oh hey, I can put this here and power the vast majority of this stuff, and then I can move the next one down to there to provide the inserter power there, and then we are, in fact, good to go. Now, as soon as we get carbon nanotubes in, we will have frame materials. And when we have frame materials, which we just obtained 3, when we have enough, we'll be able to actually make our particle collider, which, yeah, that's going to be great. That's the miniature particle collider. Do I want to automate the production of the miniature particle colliders? Want to? No. Have to? Maybe. Most likely. Most likely it's 20 frame materials. My gosh. That's so much graphite. That's so much graphite. My gosh. Well, let's prepare for making them. Graphene, supermagnetic rings, frame materials. Well, the supermagnetic rings, I'll just steal. Yeah, only 50 of those supermagnetic rings. It's not even an issue. And graphene, but that didn't I bring? Where do I have graphene? Graphene. Yo, graphene. There, nope. There, nope. There, nope. There. Yup. Mine. How much? 10. Cool. Now the moment we get 20 of these frame materials, I can make one particle collider. How many particle colliders am I going to need? And like how much strange matter? That's the real question. Hold up. So these guys. If I need one of these guys, wait, I did my math wrong over there. I'm remembering now. You. So I wanted... Yeah, so I wanted the 2 per second. So I need one of these, which would be 6 per second for one of these. And I would need 2 per second of these, which, yeah, that's 24. So I actually overbuilt this by 6. Okay. That's better. So this guy, if I want one of it, well, I need 6 of this building for it, but I also need 1 strange matter per second, as well as 4 diamonds, but we'll get to that too. Give me the everything. 2 more. You just gotta get me 2 more. Come on, Logi drone. Just get me 2 more on these nanotubes. Just get me. Just get me 8 nanotubes brought over. And we can get our 2 more frame materials. That's all I ask. That's all I ask of the game. Well, it just delivered more than 8. So now, or at least it went from transit 35 down to 22, so it's probably on its way now with 22 rather than 35. Oh, printer. I hear printer. Ollie twitched. Ollie twitched when he heard the first noise of the printer. Alright, come on, where are you even coming from? Like, where are these carbon nanotubes? They're near the South Pole. Oh. Oh, they only have to travel halfway across the planet. The full length. The greatest of distances. There's our 2. There's the 2 to make the first miniature particle collider. Production speed 1x. Oh joy. It also uses 12 megawatts. It also uses 12 megawatts of power. Just so that we're aware of this. I need 1 strange matter. I need 8 particle colliders. I have made 1. Eight times 12 is 96 megawatts. I don't have 96 megawatts of available generation capacity, do I? At the moment, I have 100, yes. So, that would be fine, theoretically. The problem with theoretically is that I'm backed up on a lot of stuff right now, that as soon as I actually start processing those green cubes, everything's going to start moving again, and so is the demand for power going to rise. Well, I mean, green lens is not that... Ultimately, I don't actually consider this to be the hard part, really. I don't see this as the, like, main hard part. It's just it's building the buildings. It's just building the buildings. I have 18 of these now. At, like, just minimal level of scaling and we're good. Minimal, quote-unquote. Mini fusion scaling time. Yeah, that's... So I have 3 of them. So I have 3. The issue is that they're nanotubes also, and supermagnetic rings. But I've definitely got production. I've definitely got deuterium for it as well. I mean, even when this empties completely, I can just bring in the deuterium from, which one was it? I had one that was bringing in deuterium. Who was it? That's hydrogen. That's hydrogen. Huh? Where's the deuterium one? What? I had one bringing in deuterium. I thought it was close to here. It apparently isn't. Unless I'm just not deuteriuming. I was pretty sure I placed like 2... Ah, there it is. There it is! Right up here. Deuterium. 10,000 of 10,000 deuterium. Up here. That's pretty nice, huh? Yeah, let's do stuff. Do things. Let's go. Let's go over there. Alright. Well, I need to get to the source of deuterium anyway. Right up here, because we need to spend it to make the strange matter. And I'm gonna spend this deuterium to make my strangest of matter. This thing is going to need to bring in the particle containers. Huh? Wait, what? Oh. Ha. I seem to have thought ahead and added the little 1 machine's worth of particle containers onto my network. So, I have a few already made. Well, that's nice. How kind to have that. Where is my fusion reactor? In my inventory? There it is. It's blue. It's the bluest of blue. And the north-south is there, so I want to build over on, let's say, this line. Make the strangest of matter. I need iron as well. Demand storage. Go ahead and... Oh god, really? Really? I guess there's one more thing to add to my list of things to scale. Notepad. ++. List of things to scale. Iron ingots. Energetic graphite. The graphene. The stuff, sulfuric acid. Yeah, when do you not need to scale the iron? Well, thing is, I just scaled copper off. Like last night, and this morning, I scaled copper significantly by 30 per second. I added 30 copper ingots per second on the other planet. We haven't actually gone to the other planet, I think, to look at it, but I did it. Just surrounded a copper ore patch over there. And, put a line 30 long of the doohickeys. Okay. We have existent amounts, so that's gonna have to be okay. And then, getting 2 lines is bad enough, but I need 3 inputs and 1 output. Alright, new plan. You face that way. And arrange yourself, like, there. Come on, there we go. And input. That's gonna be the strangest of matter. What did I need to actually convert the strange matter into the thingies? Just diamond and the strange matter? Well, why would I... why would I supply the strange matter then? Just do that. Maybe bring in the diamond. Hey, that's an idea. Bring in the diamond. Let's do a remote demand, because I might do the diamond as well out and about. Oh, what? How? Right, anyway. That, go. Yes, that is annoying. That annoys me greatly. Okay, you'll go that way, you'll go that way. Then how many assemblers is it to make these lenses? How many assemblers? And how many lenses? One. One lens. That's what I need. One whole lens. I need 6. We're going to imagine that this is going to be 8 long. Ish. Maybe maybe a bit of foundation as well. Speaking of foundation, there's my foundation. Right there. Why, hello, foundation. Yeah, so imagine like 4 and 4 and the thing going around. And a belt going up and over and meeting over here. As I get enough power. Of course. So you output, input, 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 input. Now, what I might do actually is bring in the energetic graphite rather than the diamonds. Yeah. So it's a 1-to-1 on making energetic graphite out of the smelters. The question is, how fast do the smelters smelt? Smelters. How fast do you smelt? Diamond. You smelt diamond 1 every 2 seconds, so 1/2 of 1. This needs... oh god, that's awful. 3-to-2. So you're saying... that is the solution? Sure. Sure thing. Clear and reset. Make it, graphite. Give me the graphite. And I need to demand. Make it a remote demand as well. Just in case. And then, these sorters here must die. Because we're going to put all of that into the building. Congratulations, you are going to supply our graviton lenses. Alright, see ya next time, I hope. I have about 15 minutes left on this stream, so you're not really missing that much. Just gonna get all of this stuff powered. Oops, I didn't actually hit the middle building there. Didn't actually hit the building there either. That sucks. Does that work? Yep. And then power. That will suck for power, but hey. Make me strange matter. Have some inserters. That would be ideal. Yeah. Sorters. Have sorters. Would be nice. Move. Brrr. Woo 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 woo. UFO noises. Make the glorious UFO noises as we get our very first graviton lens. Hello, graviton lenses. Much appreciated. I am going to run out of these particle containers so stupidly fast. That needs to be added onto my list. Particle containers. Needs to scale drastically. And then what? What from here? Well, not much really, because we now have the components that we need to make our science. Do we not? Do we not have the two things that make this science, this green level of science? I'm pretty sure that I now have the things that make this green science. So, yeah, let's get a... Let's get a stack of these. Hold out. Interstellar Logistics Station. And we're going to find a spot. The spot is as good as any here. Oh look, it's a line of iron ingots. Oh right. I think I did that off screen. I totally already scaled up iron ingots. A ton. And yet here we are again. Do I have not... Wait, I don't have any buddies. Oh, there. There they are. Hello, buddies. You are going to be bringing in those. And you're going to be bringing in those. And then what you're going to do is this. Now, I need a lot more of these labs. So I need to grab glass. Where is my... glass. Alright, I've got glass in here. Let's not grab too awfully much of it. Ahem. Try not to grab too awfully much of it anyway. There's the 5 and 9 circuit boards, magnetic coils. Circuit boards. Where's the thing of 4? My quads. There you are. You've got those. Oh yeah, I need to make these Dyson Sphere components as well. No, oh god. Oh god. Solar sails. Plus frame materials. Plus CPUs. Great. That'll be lovely. Okay. I was making these. I made... How many do I have now? 17? I need... 2 12 stacks, so I need 24. That's 4, 5, 6, 7. There we go. Whew. So many beautiful things. One, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Oh, can I even? 7, 8. Oh god, it's clipped. I've clipped the thing. Let's move this. Two stacks of 12. Not actually necessary. Well, actually, yes, necessary, but yeah, that'll be the actual research speed. This is going to be what we need to get into our glorious green cubes at a full rate here. Alright, first item down the line. These thing... What? Oh, you freaking... Better. Betterer. Okay. Sorters. Input, input, output. Input, input, output. Okay, what makes the warpers? In an assembler. Okay. Warpers in an assembler. Now, if I just ship out all of these green cubes here, it's not gonna be easy to get a nice even split. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna do my nice even split here. Glorious, glorious, beautiful green cubes supplied. Yes, yes. Beautiful green cubes that are now going to be used to make something very nice, known as warpers. This takes 10 seconds to make 8 warpers. You're saying I need 10 freaking buildings. We're gonna start with 5, okay? Yeah, I know there's an extra distance there, I don't care. And this is gonna input, and we're gonna say, Space Warpers. Da ba. It is time. For the majestic Space Warper. It's loading them into the local Space Warper storage first, and then I'm sure that once it's accrued the amount that it can store, it goes into this storage. We got green cubes today. We got warpers today. Space warpers. I'm gonna grab 10 of them and stick them in my inventory. Stick them in my thingy there. Actually, can I hold 50? I can hold 20 in my personal mech inventory. Use caps lock to start the warp engine. I'm going to hope that it's one warper each time you initiate warp. I've got the best fuel rod I can use currently. There's only one better, and that is the antimatter fuel rod. We've made 122 space warpers. That's a few. We have made a few. We have green science, green cubes, gravity matrices being made. We could take tech. Has this been just sitting at 758 this whole time? Why? Why? Oh. It would appear my thingy here has died. Hey, Logi Station. Could you please bring me
Logistics station.
magnets? Thanks. Oh, Ollie, out. He's leaving. He's left the lap. He has left the lap. I may as well bring the ingots here, right? Because clearly these iron ingots, they're not good enough. I mean, obviously these are not good enough. I also actually need to power this. Actually, I need to set the filter on this, not power it. Oops. Let's bring in the ingots. Sure, why not? Demand them as well and filter that, provide that. When I get ingots into the system, it will have things and stuff and be glorious. So, is there a particular key tech that I would enjoy having right about now? The answer to that is, of course, yes. There is a key tech I would very much enjoy having. Enjoy! The green cubining. This is gonna take a while. So, you may notice that that the thing displays the colors, all 4 colors, now that we have all 4 techs being processed in our little machine. It's got the blues, it's got the reds, it's got the purples, and it's got the greens. And all four cubes are dancing around inside of the thing. It makes me wonder what happens when I shove in the white ones, if it's just going to be all white up the chain of things. Most likely. Or if we get a white line up the middle of this. If we go complete disco dance and just have all of the things and white together when we're processing the final science pack. Oh joy, oh bliss. Well, with that, folks, we have reached the end of today's stream. What have we done today? We have set up the infrastructure to make our green cubes as well as warpers out of green cubes. Because why the heck would I not, right? Why the heck wouldn't anyone use the green science for the space warpers? It's freaking 8 warpers versus 1 warper for the lens, for the graviton lens. Like what? Surely a half of a lens and a half of a chip, quantum chip, is worth 7 more warpers versus 1 full lens, right? Surely that is valuable, quite valuable. Yes, it is more work to set up, but it's work you have to set up anyway to get into the green cubes. Anyway, for your technology. Oh, I guess I'm not processing yellow. That's the middle. Right. That's the middle. Yellow is the middle. We'd get the yellow one dancing in there, too, when we're processing a tech with yellow. That would be right in the middle. Yeah. It's nice that it reflects what the packs are that it, or what the cubes are that it's actually currently processing, and it would have all 5 lights with yellow in the middle. Right. So we did all that. We set up our graviton lenses. We set up the quantum chips, which required setting up some titanium glass and some other wonderful stuff, the Casimir crystals. And of course, we also went out and set up a majestic set of orbital collectors around our gas giant. We set up the majestic array around the equator of the hydrogen that our transport system is going and collecting every so often from the array of 40 collectors that we placed around the thing. Ah yes, the glorious Casimir crystals. If only I had a sufficient supply of graphene for what I have built, I would be getting 2 green cubes per second. But no, I do not have enough graphene for this system, and that is why, off-screen, I am going to be working on getting enough of the various things. Probably not going to have enough time to do all of the scaling that I need to do to get the green stuff going. The game is going to run for a while, and that means that I will then ideally have this tech at least finished so that I can look around and try to find a source of a planet with a sulfuric acid ocean. That's what I want, is just the sulfuric acid ocean, and then that saves so much work. So much work. A sulfuric acid ocean, and maybe also the fire ice. I need to find a thing with fire ice, although I know that that has its own problems in that it also not only produces graphene, but also the hydrogen that you have to get rid of in some way, shape, or form to maintain the graphene output. I'd rather deal with that than have to deal with needing a lot more processed oil. So with that, folks, I would like to thank you all for watching. This has been a Taku Showboat. If you have enjoyed today's stream, please be sure to do all of the social and engagement stuff below the video. Leave a like, leave a comment, subscribe if you have not subscribed, and hit the notification bell. Become an Erudite Otaku member of the channel. And of course, you can support me on Patreon at patreon.com/otakushowboat if you're so inclined and able. I will be back with more Dyson Sphere Program tomorrow evening at the same time. I will be live again tomorrow morning with more of the Factorio No Spoon Achievement Run, where I hope to finish it. Hopefully. And then, of course, I will return on Wednesday morning with more Autonauts. I hope to see you all on the next one.